Okay, good morning everyone, especially to the head department, Dr. Elizabeth Samaniego Espadero, the program head department of Southern Mindanao Institute of Technology. Ma'am, have a wonderful day po. Our topic is all about the life of John Amos Comenius. Not only his life, but also his philosophies in writing. So today I will be going to discuss about the life, philosophies in writing. Let's proceed. The personal details. Born on March 28, 1592 at Nivnais, Moravia, Crown of Bohemia, now the Czech Republic. So mas kilala ang Moravia sa Czech Republic. Died on November 15, 1670 at the age of 78 years old. So the denominations or the religion, Moravian Church, occupations, teacher, educator, philosopher, and writer. Okay, so Comenius introduced a number of educational concepts and innovations, including pictorial textbooks written in native languages instead of Latin. So si Comenius is nag-introduce siya ng mga iba't ibang konsepto tungkol sa educational materials like pictorial textbook written in native language. Teaching based in gradual development from simple to more comprehensive concepts. So, unti-unti na-develop yung konsepto niya at mas lalo pa itong naintindihan ng karamihan. Lifelong learning with a focus on logical thinking over dull memorizations of equal opportunity for impoverished children, education for women, and universal and practical instruction. So, hindi lang po yung mga estudyante yung natututo dito, kundi lahat po ng mga tao ay pwedeng matuto dito matuto sa kanyang mga educational concepts. Kasi sabi niya, education for women, impoverished children, equal opportunity. So beside his native Bohemian crown, he lived and worked in the other regions of the Holy Roman Empire and the other countries like Sweden, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Transylvania, England, the Netherlands, and the Hungary. So there are 7 countries that he lives and works. Ganun po siya kagaling. So, going back to the topic, the life and work. So I will show you the oldest surviving manuscript by Comenius dated 1611, written in Latin and Czech. So ito po yung sunulat niya yan. Latin po siya, so hindi po natin naiintindihan. Hindi natin naiintindihan, bagkus alam natin na ito ay it's all about the educations. Kasi teacher nga siya and philosopher. So, another one, Alphonse Mucas, the Slav Epic, cycle number 16. O ibig sabihin, the Slav Epic is the last days of John Amos Comenius in Naardin. So yan, A Flicker of Hope, 1918. So yan yung, ito yung last days ni John Amos Comenius, yan. Isusum ko lang para mas lalo natin makita yung ano niya, oh. Okay, so let's proceed to the kanyang mga personal information. John Amos Comenius was born in 1592 in Margraviate of Moravia in the Bohemian Crown. His birthplace is uncertain and possibilities include Earth's Cry, Rad, as on his gravestone in Naardin. So doon po siya nalibing. And saan ako? And Nivnais in Comenia, from the village, he took his surname. So, ang Nivnais at Comenia daw, doon po kinuha yung kanyang apelyido, which means a man from Comenia. So, yung i-clarify ko lang, so yung Nivnais is doon yung, doon siya nakatira, Nivnais, Moravia. And all of which are located in Orskaya Hradasti district of today's Czech Republic. Mas kilalang Czech Republic. Para mas nalo tayong pamilyar ba. Kumbaga, John was the youngest child and only son of Martin Kominski. Died 1602 hanggang 4, and his wife Anna Kemalova. Yun yung ama niya at nanay niya, father and mother niya. His grandfather, whose name was Janos Sage, was of Hungarian origin. So, yun yung grandfather niya. He started They used surname Kominsky after leaving Komnya to live in Erskinebrad. Martin and Anna Kominsky belonged to the Moravian Britain, a free Reformation Protestant denominations. In Comenius later became one of its leaders. His parents and two of his four sisters died in 1604 in young. John went to live with his aunt and estranged. So si John is lumirasa siya kanyang auntie na si Astrenize. Owing to his impoverished circumstances, he was unable to begin his formal education until later in life. So si John is parehas marami din mga kabataan na maituturing na naghirap din siya, nagsuffer din siya ng kahirapan. Hindi naging madali sa kanya yung formal education. He was 16 when he entered the Latin school in Pre-Rab. 16 years old na siya. He later returned to this to this school as a teacher in 1614 to 1618. He continued his studies in the Herborn Academy, 1611, 1613, University of Heidelberg. Okay. So in 1602, he read the Rosicrucian Manifesto Fama Fraternities. Comenius was greatly influenced by the Irish Jesuit William Bath as well as his teachers. So sila yung mga naging teacher niya, Johann Piscator, Heinrich Gottberlet, and particularly Heinrich Alsted. The Herborn schools held the principle that every theory has to be functional in practical use. Therefore, it has to be didactic, example, morally instructive, in the course of his study. He also became acquainted with the educational reforms of Ratzius and with the report of the reforms issued by the University of Jena in Gießen. Comenius became a rector of the schools in Ferrob. In 1616, he was ordained into the ministry of Moravian Britain, and 4 years later became pastor and rector at Polnik, one of its flourishing churches. So, doon na po siya naging pare in 1616 sa Polnik. And one of its flourishing churches throughout his life, pastoral activity was his most immediate concerns in consequence of the religious wars. So he lost all his property in his writings in 1621. So nagkaroon ng war or the religious war, lahat ng kanyang mga ari-arian at mga sinulat ay nawala or nasira. In 1627, he led the Britain into exile. The Habsburg Counter-Reformation persecuted the Protestant in Bohemia. In 1628, he corresponded with Johann Valentin Andrei. He produced the book Janual Linguarum Riserata, or the English word is the gate of languages unlocked, which brought him to prominence. However, as the unity of the Brethren became an important target of the Counter-Reformation's movement, he was forced into exile, even as his fame grew across Europe. Comenius took refuge in Lesno in Poland, where he led the gymnasiums and furthermore was given charge of the Bohemian and Moravian churches. In 1638, Comenius responded to a request by the government of Sweden and traveled there to draw up a scheme for the management of the school of that country. After religious duties, Comenius' second great interest was furthering a Vicunian attempt at the organizations of all human knowledge. He became one of the leaders in encyclopedic or pansophic movement of 17th century. In fact, was inclined to sacrifice his more practical educational interests in opportunities for their more imposing but somehow visionary projects. In 1639, Comenius published his Pansophic Prodromos, and the following year his English friend Hartel published, without his consent, the plan of the Pansophic work as outlined by the Comenius. The Pansophic ideas in partial expression in the series of textmos he produced from time to time. In this attempts to organize the entire field of human knowledge so as to bring its outline with the grasp of every child. Comenius also attempts to design a language in which false assessment expressible. So the writings is, ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung writings na, so when he teaches, his writing is the E, V, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, G, K, L, M. So yan po yung mga image na parang alpabeto po ito, or like for example, A is for apple, B is for ball, C is for cat. Yan po. Mas lalo natin naiintindihan kasi nga magbigay tayo ng mga example. Ayan. So, another one is the simsos, or Latin word po siya, so we cannot understand, but if we analyze the picture, there are it is a five senses of our body. So the eyes, the nose, the skin, and the eyes is sense of sight. The ear is sense of hearing. Nose is sense of smell. The skin is sense of touch. Ayan po siya. Yan. The senses of the body. Another one is the Orvis synqualium pictus, or the English word is a world of things obvious to the senses drawn in pictures. Ayan. So the third one is yan. The fourth, yan. Ayan po siya. Yan yung mga pictures na binigay niya. At ipapakita ko rin sa inyo yung mga quotations niya. Ayan. The best quotations that his principles in life. I will read. The school is the manufactory of humanity, which means the teacher caring for and helping others, people who build or shaping and molding the skills, knowledge, or talents of the students. So, ibig sabihin, ang school talaga or yung mga teachers, sila yung nagbibigay kaalaman at talento at humuhubog ng humuhubog kaisipan ng mga kabataan. So, the school is the manufacturing of humanity. Yun po yung ibig sabihin niya. So, another one, principle of John Comenius is that I like is he who teaches others teaches himself, which is very true. Not only because constant repetitions impresses a pack indelibly on the mind, but because the process of teaching itself gives deeper insight to the subject taught. So, our insights, if we teach other people, parang na-apply na din natin yung tinuturo natin sa ating sarili. So, he who teaches others teaches himself. Ayan, so, this is the image of John Amos, but we cannot deny or hindi natin masasabi na siya talaga itong picture na ito, kasi nga may nabasa ako na nakita ko sa portrait ni Brandreth na hindi daw po nagpapatunay na hindi daw po ito yung replika ni John Amos Comenius, kasi nga in 15th century is wala pang technology. So, mahirap na sabihin na ito talaga yung kanyang picture. Kumbaga, ito lang yung nagsisignifies ng kanyang picture para maintindihan ng mga kabataan. At ito rin yung kanyang gravestone. Ayan. Gravestone is in Naardin. So, yung kanyang gravestone is doon sa Naardin daw, sa Moravia. So, that's all. And I hope class na meron kayong natutunan sa aking mga report. Sana ay naunawaan ninyo ito at isa-isip. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat. Thank you very much.